Hey, how are you guys doing today? So, I thought I would paint another painting, kind of on a roll in my mini studio here. um, I found this one because I'm like running out of canvases. I need to run to the store and get some, but the stores have been closed largely. They're just now opening up, but I need to go get some. But that's okay because what do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention. So I found this one that you can see it's already all textured with gesso, and I love to paint on textured surfaces. But I had some flowers in here, and I'm thinking, I painted it before and I didn't like it, and first of all I'm wondering, why did I gesso over it? Because I kind of liked it. I was thinking it looked like it was kind of cool, but you never know. It was just, maybe I just didn't like it at the time. But anyway, I like it, and I'm gonna paint those flowers on there again. But then you know what else? I was thinking about those. What are those called? Those giant killer hornets. What are they called? The giant murder hornets. Giant murder hornets. And I can't stop thinking about those. That's bad news for the honeybees especially. And then the honeybees, they pollinate all of our food, fruits and vegetables and flowers and all that kind of stuff. It could be a big problem. But you know what? Rather than worry about it, I'll just paint about it. It just helps me cope. So anyway, I thought, I'm not gonna make a big hornet painting. I thought about that, but I thought, who's gonna want a hornet painting? But I did think that I would put some nice flowers in there, and maybe I'll just throw one in there, just for kicks, just for memories, because we're gonna wipe those suckers out. You know what they do? I heard this just today. They're called murder hornets. They like rip the heads off their prey. Rip it off. They're mean little buggers. Dang. So anyway, I thought they were worth mentioning since it's going on along with the aliens and Corona and all that other stuff. So, they deserve a mention. So where will I put him? I don't want my hornet to dominate my picture, like I said. But I think I'm gonna put him, I'm just gonna put one. Where should I put him? I could just put him like over here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, and you know what is interesting? I was looking how they look. They have the same doggone face shape as the aliens. I can't help but wonder if they are related in some way. I mean, they look just like those aliens. They have got the same alien shaped eyeballs. Like that. Something like that. And they got just their little nose, or whatever it is. They're mean. I don't know. They got their little really funky body right here. I guess they got some of those. There's a little stinger. Real stinger. There's got a mean stinger. And then it goes like, they got little legs. Little legs. Go like that. Legs like that. What else they got? Oh, they got wings. Them are wings. Them are not. Oh, yes, they are. That was a joke. Okay. There's my murdering hornet. But anyway, I don't even really need to draw these flowers because they're already here. They're in the background. I mean, really, they're already all here. I don't know why I didn't like them, because I like them now. But this is what I do. Well, that kind of flower. Well, okay, so I really don't need to draw it because it's already kind of drawn, and I like the way it is already. So I'm just going to squirt some paint on and see what happens. Okay, gotta have my white. Go here. So I usually do my white like this. It's a big glare. I do my white where I do it in a strip, kind of like that. Can you see it at all? See, it's a big strip. I do that because white gets muddied up pretty easy, and I like to keep my white pretty white, so I use a lot of white. All right, then, so I am gonna make those sunflowers, and I think I'm gonna make it pretty. I'm gonna make it kind of typical. Blue sky, yellow flowers. I think I'm gonna do it like that. I like that. Why not? I don't always have to be different. Oopsie. Definitely gonna, so I'm gonna use pink, blue. I'm gonna use, you know what I'm thinking of? See these little earrings? My daughter got me these for Mother's Day. I thought they were James Avery, and I thought they were really sweet. So I guess that's why I was thinking about flowers. That's probably why I have flowers on the brain. And hornets. You know, this is so true. A mom, I'm gonna need a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow. A mom, this is kind of a good analogy, I think. A mom is the beautiful flower. And the hornet, maybe that represents this, all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And the mom kind of has to protect her little family from the hornet, okay? But not going overboard. There's a balance, right? The hornet and the aliens and the corona and the government, but we won't get into that, okay? So we just have to look at it that way. I think that's a good Mother's Day painting. All right, so let me carry on here. Now, I think, and one of these days I'm going to show you how to paint with a limited palette. I just have all of these colors, just tons of colors that I need to use up. But really, you only need a few basic colors to paint with, because you can mix any color with just a few colors. So, and I'll do that. I'm going to do a whole lesson on that because that is cool. People think they need to go to the store when they start painting and just buy all of these colors. You don't need to do that. You really don't. You just need a few. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot of blue and purple and white, maybe turquoisey and blue. I like turquoise. Different color blues. That'd be good. I like purple too. I really like this blue. Ooh. I need a lot of that blue. And so I like to, in the summer, I just kind of get it a little bit wet. You use a lot of water, but not too much because it'll break down your paint and then you won't be able to paint. But I do in the summer have to keep my palette pretty wet. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, now it's abstract again. This is abstract art. Abstract expressionism. Intuitive. I'm going to get that straight one of these days. But it's the go with your flow kind of painting. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to put a blue sky. Pretty blue sky around my pretty flowers. And you know what? I might make it a very, very, very light blue sky. But see, you can't see. Maybe I better put a little bit of this so I don't even paint over these pretty flowers here. I'm gonna kind of keep them so I can get into painting them. If I don't paint over them, I can still do that. See where they're at. Right. Funny, but that's okay because see, all that texture is really cool. That one right there. All that texture in there just makes really cool. I love textured backgrounds. It's actually one of my favorite things. Okay, so I'm gonna get even more water. I'm gonna make it. And honestly, a lot of times, because I don't really like to paint around things, so I usually just put in my background first and then kind of do what I did and with the aliens, and maybe it's a little backwards, but I don't know. I don't like necessarily having to paint around things, but these are pretty basic shapes, so it's not that hard. But if it was like more complicated, that I definitely would just paint the whole background how I want it, and then I would just start painting. Cause I guess I'm kind of in a rush sometimes. Or I can't say I'm in a rush. That's why I switched to abstract. One of the reasons, well, I like abstract art. Can you hear me? I like it, but one of the reasons I switched from learning to try to paint realism, which I do like. I appreciate it more in other people, but like I said, it's not my favorite, but some of the reason I switched is because I'm kind of impatient and I want to see results I want to see the results pretty quick. I don't want to wait for, a month working on my painting. I like the decorative type art, and I think it looks pretty. And really a lot of it's about color. What color do you like? People just, they want pretty color on their walls. You can do some really pretty stuff that's like I do. I mean, that's really very just simple. But say if you had a nice living room, you may not want the Hornet, but I don't care. I just gotta paint that Hornet. If you had a nice living room and some furniture and you just wanted oh, there's something in my eye. A blue and yellow type theme or an accent picture, you could do something like this super easy. All right, oops. All right. And what's another tip here is, paintings need a lot of, to make it interesting, diversity. They need, like I wouldn't want to paint this a solid blue. I want to do some I want to vary it. I want to have blue and maybe I will throw in just a little pink and just a touch of pink maybe, so it's just not solid. Because the eye likes to see randomness. I actually learned that. It's a real thing. And art, that's why a lot of people are drawn to abstract art too, because basically your eyes, they fill in the blanks a lot of times. They just fill in all the extra stuff or whatever. It makes sense of what you're painting. And I think it's mostly different colors will just appeal to people. Different people. I think as long as, and And I can't even say, you know, and I used to be all hung up on the color wheel. You know, I used to be like, okay, well, this has to be a complementary color. And we can, I'm not saying you don't need to know that or learn it, because I learned it and I thought it was very interesting and now I know. But do I follow that rule? Those rules, complementary, semi-complementary, you know, triad, all that kind of stuff. It's good to know, but does it matter? No. Because you just paint your painting, and if you think it all looks good together, then guess what? It's going to look good. And I mean, it looks good because it's not about making everybody else happy. It's about making you happy. And if the colors that you stick on your canvas, if they look good, who cares if they don't match the color wheel? Who cares? All right. So you want to have maybe some, see, it's already thick. What's this weather? Different color blue. Ooh, see, it's a different color blue. I like that blue. All different kinds. Look at that blue. A little bit different. That's almost like a little lavender purple. And this is a more of a true blue, I guess. Blue, blue on blue, heartache on heartache, blue on blue, now that we are through. Now, this is going to take more than one coat. Like I said, with acrylics, you need lots of coats. I have a glare. I hope y'all don't have a glare. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to paint over stuff. Probably. Who knows? I might change my mind mid-flight. I kind of want to paint him out because he's mean. But you know what? I'm going to keep him in there to remind me that he's there. But I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot more beautiful flowers in the world than there are that one ugly, mean hornet. Okay, maybe two. There aren't a ton of them, I don't think. I don't know how they're going to kill him, though. I don't know anything about bees. Except for this one. And, I don't know what they're going to do. Those poor honeybees, I think they go in there and kill honeybees. Yeah, they do. I think they're ripping their heads off. Something like that. But this is a Mother's Day painting, and I digress. Remember, I just said the focus is not on the honeybee. The focus is going to be the flowers. The flowers will drown out. It's not a honeybee. I mean the hornet. The flowers will drown out the hornet. It's a good and evil painting. Good and evil. Now, I guess that is a deep philosophical question. Is this honeybee evil? Honeybee. Hornet. Is this hornet evil? Or is he just doing his job? Just because he does it in a wicked way, ripping off heads. Does that make him a bad guy, technically? Well, I think that's kind of a good question, isn't it? Maybe he's just following orders. See, now those little legs are so little, I gotta paint them out, and I'll add them later. You know, that's one thing. And I really, really struggle with that. Even to this day, I struggle with it. Is that you don't want to put in, you gotta resist the urge to put in detail in the beginning. So you know what? The very beginning of your painting, it's so relaxing. Because you're just like, I mean, you don't even barely have to look. Because all you're doing is getting the basic of your color scheme going on. You know, just kind of get an idea of how you want things to start looking, and this is the fun part. This is the part that is just really relaxing. I love all the texture. I got a bunch of texture over there. I wish I had tried to figure out how to get that to kind of show through. Maybe I can highlight it or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But, you know, remember, just kind of go with the flow. Go with the flow. I love like a little tiny bit of pink. I'm already out of blue, but that's perfect timing because you know what? I'm done. And that has to kind of dry. But since I left this all open, I can actually carry on. So, oh, you know, I missed a spot. Let me do that before that dries up. See how fun that is? Just to stick on paint. It is, it is. All right. Nice. If I do say so myself. All right. Okay. I'm like a pretty big blob right there. Kind of like a little white in there. And you know, don't ask me how I figure out this kind of stuff. You just have to, paint. The more you paint, and for some reason, you're going, I like that. I like that blob of paint right there. And then you just stick it on, because for some reason, it looks good to you. Now, can there be a wrong answer about that? I'm telling you, I took several college classes. I've taken lots of private lessons, and I'm telling you, this is what I'm trying to encourage you to understand. There are no wrong answers. So just loosen up and have fun. Enjoy yourself. Can't be wrong. You cannot paint wrong. You can get some tips and some tricks, which you can just add to your collection of things to pull out when you want to. But other than that, just do your thing. Just do your thing. Okay. Now I like to start, when I start the painting, here's another tip. When I started painting, to keep me from going in a bunch of detail up front, which was my temptation, there's a trick. You use the biggest paintbrush, or use a big paintbrush, not the biggest, but use a big paintbrush, because then you can't go into detail because you got this big old thing and it just won't work. So you just have to, you'll just use a big paintbrush, keep you from piddling, okay? Because all we're doing is blocking and laying down color. That's it. That's it. We don't want all the details yet. That comes later. So, and I could do, I don't know, I mean, I could do like dark to light, and I might do that. But I don't know. This is how I'm doing it. I do it however however I do it, that's how I do it. You might, when you get to painting, you'll go, you know what? I'm gonna do it different. I've done that. I'm so pig-headed. When I was taking lessons, I would be like, I know my teacher told me to do it this way, but I like it better the other way. And then I would do it the way I wanted to do it. Why? Because it's my painting and I can do what I want. It's my expression. Okay. Nice already. And I want this color too. See, this little peachy whatever it is. Because maybe that one is just over here doing something else. And really, I'm just making it a kind of just a blob of color because I'm going to fill in the details later. I don't care if it really looks like a flower yet. I just care that it's going to be a yellow flower. And remember, like I said, with these acrylics, you have to put so many coats down to get the actual true vibrant color that you want. Right? No, I feel like I need something sticking out over there. There, I like that better. Okay. I'm getting into the blue. So that, see, I put it on kind of thick. I shouldn't. You really should. This isn't a rule, but it kind of, this might be a rule if there ever was a rule. Maybe I'm wrong. Because if you can't put, you want to start lean with your layers lean. You don't want to put your painting on it in the beginning thick. You really want to just put it on thin with and this actually applies to oil too. You want to put it on thin, and as you build up your layers, you can make those layers thicker and thicker. Okay? See, I think I see that blue chalk's coming off a little, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter. All I'm really trying to do is cover the canvas and get the basic shape, just the basic shape of what I'm trying to do. That's it. All I'm doing. Nothing else, nothing more. And water. And I do spray my canvas. I think it makes it easier. Because you have to be careful, like I said, not to water down your paints too much. Because it breaks down the binding in it, or whatever they call it. The stick keeps your paint stuck together, makes your paint weak basically. You don't want to use too much water. Okay. All right, a little flower. I might add some more flowers later, I don't know. I'm still thinking it through. Still thinking it through. What I want to do, I don't know. Don't know yet. So I am, after I get this on, I'm going to stop the tape and I'm going to let this bottom layer dry, and I'm going to come back with part 2 of the painting, which is also the fun part. I shouldn't have said this was the only fun part. The whole thing is the fun part. I just feel like this is the super duper easy part, because all you're doing is saying, I like these colors. These are the pretty colors that I want on my painting. You know? Let's see. I guess I could make, he could be a little yellow. I don't like him. I learned about him today and I don't like him. I'm trying to think of reasons to love him, He is one of God's creatures. But I don't know. So far, alien head. Ugh. He's something. Let me tell you. He's got alien wings. He really reminded me of the alien, and his face is shaped just like an alien. Oops. Let's see, he's gonna have really. It's kind of white, more like that. Pretty thin. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared. All right. You know what? I just thought of something. Before I end, I'm going to make, I don't really want to use black, but I want to use a dark color for the middle of the flower. And since it's abstract, I may do purple. I don't know if I should keep it. I have to think about this. I could change that later. Well, I may do black. I wanted to keep the color scheme really very simple. That's one thing I just thought of. I'm gonna it to be simple. And fix that later. All right. Let that dry. And I'll be back.